Ethiopia, the Ark's Ancient Keepers. Chapter 1. Introduction to the legend and Ethiopia's role. In the heart of the Horn of Africa lies Ethiopia, a nation whose history is as ancient and enigmatic as the rugged highlands that define its landscape. For millennia, Ethiopia has been a cradle of civilization, boasting one of the world's oldest continuous cultures, with roots tracing back to the dawn of humanity itself. But among its many claims to fame, from being the origin of coffee to housing some of the earliest hominid fossils, none captivates the global imagination, quite like its purported guardianship of the Ark of the Covenant. This sacred relic, described in the Bible as a gold-covered wooden chest containing the Ten Commandments, has been the subject of countless quests, myths, and scholarly debates. Ethiopia's assertion that it holds the Ark in the ancient city of Aksum positions the country as the ancient keepers of this biblical treasure, a role that intertwines faith, history, and national identity in profound ways. The legend of the Ark in Ethiopia is not merely a footnote in religious lore. It is a cornerstone of Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, which claims over 40 million adherents today. According to tradition, the Ark was brought to Ethiopia nearly 3,000 years ago by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. This narrative, enshrined in the Kebra Nagast, Glory of Kings, Ethiopia's national epic, suggests that the Ark was spirited away from Jerusalem to protect it from corruption, leaving a replica in its place. This story has endured through centuries, surviving invasions, famines, and modern skepticism, and it continues to shape Ethiopia's spiritual and cultural fabric. To understand Ethiopia's role as the Ark's keeper, one must first appreciate the country's unique historical trajectory. Unlike many African nations, Ethiopia largely escaped colonial domination, maintaining its sovereignty except for a brief Italian occupation in the 1930s. This independence is often attributed to divine protection, with the Ark symbolizing God's favor. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, one of the oldest Christian denominations, integrates Old Testament practices like circumcision and dietary laws, reflecting a deep connection to ancient Judaism that predates Christianity's arrival in the 4th century CE. The mystery of the Ark begins in the book of Exodus, where God instructs Moses to build it as a symbol of his covenant with the Israelites. Measuring about 45 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 27 inches high, the Ark was topped with 2 cherubim, whose wings formed the mercy seat, where God would commune with his people. It accompanied the Israelites through the wilderness, parted the Jordan River, and was central to the conquest of Jericho. Eventually housed in Solomon's temple, its fate after the Babylonian sack of Jerusalem in 586 BCE remains uncertain in biblical accounts. Some scholars suggest it was destroyed or taken to Babylon, while others propose hidden locations in Israel or Egypt. Ethiopia's claim diverges dramatically, asserting that the Ark never fell into enemy hands but was divinely transferred to Africa. This belief is not without controversy. Western historians often dismiss it as legend, due to the lack of archaeological evidence. Yet for Ethiopians, faith transcends empirical proof. The Ark is said to reside in the chapel of the tablet at the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Aksum, guarded by a single monk, who alone can enter its presence. Replicas, known as tablets, are present in every Ethiopian church, underscoring the relic's centrality to worship. This chapter sets the stage for a deeper exploration. We will delve into Ethiopia's ancient history, the biblical and legendary accounts of the Ark, the Kebra Nagast's narrative, and modern investigations. Through this lens, Ethiopia emerges not just as a geographical entity but as a spiritual custodian, where the past and divine intersect in ways that continue to intrigue and inspire. Chapter 2. The historical and cultural context of ancient Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Its history is a tapestry woven from threads of empire, trade and religion stretching back over 3,000 years. The kingdom of Aksum, which flourished from the 1st to the 7th century CE, stands as a pinnacle of this legacy. Located in what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum was a major power in the Red Sea trade network, exporting ivory, gold, and frankincense to Rome, Persia, and India. Its monumental obelisks, some towering over 100 feet, symbolize the kingdom's architectural prowess and serve as enduring testaments to its grandeur. The Aksumite Empire's conversion to Christianity under King Ezana around 330 CE marks it as one of the first Christian states, predating many European nations. This early adoption fused with pre-existing Jewish influences, possibly from traders or refugees, creating a unique syncretic faith. The presence of Beta Israel, Ethiopian Jews, further highlights these connections, with traditions suggesting descent from the tribe of Dan or companions of Menelik I. Culturally, Ethiopia's role as the Ark's keeper reinforces its Solomonic dynasty, which ruled until 1974. Emperors like Haile Selassie traced their lineage to Menelik I, using the Kebra Nagast to legitimize their divine right. Festivals such as Timkat Epiphany involve parading tablets, evoking the Ark's biblical procession, exploring Aksum's ruins, Stele Fields, royal tombs, and the Dungar Palace, provides context for why this site was chosen for the Ark. Its strategic location and historical sanctity made it an ideal repository. Yet challenges like the 2020 Tigray conflict have threatened these heritage sites, raising concerns about the Ark's safety. Chapter 3. Biblical accounts and the legendary journey of the Ark. The Ark's biblical story begins with its construction on Mount Sinai, as detailed in Exodus 25:31. It housed not only the tablets of the law but also Aaron's rod and a pot of manna. Its power was legendary. It brought plagues on the Philistines and victory to Israel. The Queen of Sheba's visit to Solomon, 1 Kings 10, is pivotal. Impressed by his wisdom, she bestowed gifts, but Ethiopian legend expands this. She conceived Menelik during the visit. Years later, Menelik, with Levite priests, transported the Ark to Ethiopia via divine intervention, as angels aided the journey. Alternative theories posit the Ark was taken during Manasseh's reign or hidden by Jeremiah. Ethiopian tradition, however, insists on its African sojourn, blending biblical fidelity with local lore. Chapter 4. The Kebra Nagast and Ethiopian religious tradition. The Kebra Nagast, compiled in the 14th century from earlier sources, is Ethiopia's sacred text narrating the Ark's transfer. Written in Ge'ez, it details how Zion the Ark chose Ethiopia as its new home, legitimizing the Solomonic line in Ethiopian Orthodoxy. The Ark symbolizes God's presence with tablets sanctifying churches. The guardian monk's lifelong vow underscores the relic's holiness. Chapter 5. Modern perspectives, investigations, and global implications. Contemporary views on the Ark vary. Journalists like Graham Hancock have investigated, suggesting possible authenticity, while skeptics cite no evidence. DNA studies link Ethiopians to ancient Israelites, adding intrigue. The legend influences Rastafarianism and global culture, from films to tourism. Amid conflicts, preserving this heritage is crucial. In conclusion, whether fact or faith, Ethiopia's guardianship of the Ark embodies a profound legacy of resilience and spirituality.